Hi everyone, welcome to this new episode of Real Talk Alignment at Speak Up and Empower. I'm your host, Crystal Biga. We are here every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about alignment. Speak Up and Empower is a heart-centered community of experts, entrepreneurs that are on a mission to empower you. It's a membership based community. So if you want to join the community, you are more than welcome because we have resources available to empower you with your spiritual journey, your entrepreneurship, your relationship, spirituality, and any area of your life. We really invite you if you feel like you're an expert and you have a message, you want your voice to be heard, you can join the expert panel of Speak Up and Empower and become one of our experts. My name is Crystal Biga again, and I'm here again today to talk about alignment. And today our topic, and if you join me live, please let me know if you're watching this. Say hi, let me know where you're watching this from. If it's the first time catching me live, let me know your name. And if you're watching the replay, also feel free to type hashtag replay. And always ask your questions, post your comments. I will be more than happy to answer you and get back to you as soon as possible. Today, as I was saying, we're going to talk about a special topic, a topic that, I was thinking about since few days and I wasn't really sure how to bring it about, but I decided to do it anyways. I'm going to talk about how to tap into the magic within you to create the life and the business you really want. And when I use the word magic, I had a different type of reactions. Some people didn't get what I meant. And I had a conversation yesterday with my beautiful twin sister friend from Asia. And I asked her, how do you feel like if I say tap into the magic within you? What does that, mean to you? She's like, I don't like it. I said, why don't you like it? She says, the word magic for me just makes me like, no. I said, why? What about that word? What makes you feel that way? And she said, when I hear magic, I just hear fluff, nothing like it's a trick. It's nothing real, it's nothing serious, it's just like a game or a trick. So I don't like it. So when I explained to her, I said, when I say magic, tapping into the magic within you is really, really just being in connection with that part of yourself, that divine part of us that each one of us has, but got disconnected from, that sometimes just tells you, hey, get an umbrella, even though it's 45 degrees outside, doesn't make any sense, and you don't take the umbrella, all of a sudden it starts raining, and you're like, something told me I needed to take an umbrella, but I didn't listen because it didn't make sense. That's the magic I'm talking about. Oh, she said, oh yeah, that makes sense because I have that all the time. Sometimes I just think about a girlfriend and she messages me. It happened 2 days, I don't remember how many days ago she said it happened. She just thought about her girlfriend and the girl texted her and said, hey, it's like I dream about you messaging me, so I decided to message you. She said, when I think about something, it's like I'm sending them text messages. It's really weird. I said, that's what I'm talking about. That's the magic. The thing is, right now, she's just noticing it. And we all have that. She's not special. And I told her, you're not special, I'm not special. We all have that magic within us. And I would like to use a different word during this show because maybe you are like her, and when you hear magic, you're like, what is it about? Is it like a trick? Is it even real? What is it? So I want to use that word today with a different, call it differently. I'm going to call it supernatural abilities. We have that because that's a supernatural ability. I know, again, that's a word that can be like, whoa, do I have superpower? And my answer will be yes, you do. We have supernatural abilities to help us really navigate this world, navigate anything in our life, even running our businesses or our relationships, our personal lives. Those supernatural powers are there, abilities are there, available. Comes from that divine part of ourselves because we are 100% human, 100% divine. That's why we are supernatural and human. But we are so disconnected from that part of ourselves that we get only connected to the human. And we use our brain all the time to figure out solutions, to try to make it work, to work really hard to make it happen. It works. It just makes it harder. for us to get where we want to go. It just makes it harder to reach our goals. It just makes it harder to achieve what we want. When we tap into that magic, when we reconnect to that supernatural part of ourselves that knows, hey, it's going to rain. Even if right now your physical eyes see a sunny sky, it's going to rain. Take an umbrella. Your brain, your human part gets in the way and like, don't be super silly. What do you mean take an umbrella? It doesn't make any sense. Forget about it. And then you just notice, you just remember, oh, I thought about taking an umbrella, but at the time it didn't make sense. That's what she was sharing with me. I think about people and they feel like they sent them a text message, they message me back. She doesn't really think about it. She doesn't really pay attention to it. She doesn't do it consciously. She has that supernatural ability, but it's just happening. She just notices that it happens. She doesn't use it consciously. That's my point today. How about tapping into it and start to use that magic, that supernatural ability you have to create what you want, to navigate easily through life, to achieve your goals faster in your business? How about tapping into that magic consciously and start using it instead of just noticing, oh, I felt like my God told me that. When something happens, oh, I thought about it. I knew something was off with this. I knew, this wasn't the right move, but this is done. It's afterwards. It's kind of like you just witness what happened. But if you were more in contact with that supernatural ability of yours, you will be ahead of the game. Instead of you, after the thing happened, be like, oh, I knew it or I felt it. How about when it's about to happen? You know, and you listen. You use that to get where you want to go faster. Let's use it. Let's think about it when it comes to business. How do you use that magic? Is it even something to think about? Yes. Running a business asks, from us to make decisions every minute of every seconds of every day. Make decisions. Maybe hire a new coach, join a new program, or buy a new software. Whatever it is, you have a decision to make at any given. Maybe hire somebody to support you, fire somebody, who knows, right? At any given moment, you have decisions to make. But we are so trained to use just our brain, which is a marvelous, support we have available. But our brain is limited. We can only see so far with our brain. We can only have so many answers using our brain trying to find the answers. We can only go so far trying to figure it out from our brain because we know what we know, and we cannot really do more than what we know. And we just know so much. But the magic I'm talking about here, that supernatural part of yourself that you have, we all do have that, can make it so easy for you every time you have a decision to make, for you to tap into it and ask the question, I want to do this. I want someone to support me. I want a new VA. I want a salesperson, whatever it is that I want that to make that decision. Listen, tap into that magic to know the right person to hire. How powerful would that be? How much time and frustration would that save you if you had access to that supernatural ability of yours to know ahead of time? Not always be the person that says, I felt that this was off, and now look at what happened. How about getting ahead of the game and tapping into that supernatural ability of yours to access the answer before making the decision, to access the answer before just running around trying to figure things out and doing all the things and end up frustrated, wondering, why is it not working? I have done all the things. I'm working really hard. I don't get it. You don't have to work that hard. You don't have to try that hard. If and only if you consciously choose to use your supernatural ability to know what's the right move, what's the next aligned action to make. So many times, I don't know about you, but we are on Facebook, and I'm sure it happened to you before, with people just randomly, after you accepted their friend request, 5 minutes later, they're already in your inbox talking to you like they are best friends forever, asking you questions all of a sudden. You know exactly they're trying to sell you something, but they want to act like your best friend. You know what I'm talking about. So now, instead of you just using, I'm not saying it doesn't work. Maybe it does, because if people do it, I believe it works, but it just doesn't feel right for me. But listen, I'm sure those people learned that technique from somewhere. Just go to people on Facebook, message them randomly on Messenger, and sell something or offer what you have. Great. But how about instead of you just using a technique or a strategy they taught you, before going there and trying to do all those things, overwhelming yourself and maybe getting frustrated because people ignore you or block you or all of the things happening, tapping into that supernatural ability of yours to know exactly who to reach out to, and that would be needing your service, and that will say yes to your offer. How powerful would that be for you to get clients? How powerful would that be if you had access, if you consciously could access that supernatural ability of yours to know exactly where your next client is? Just put your intention out there. This is what I want. I want a new client this month or this week. Let's do it. And allow the answers. Tap into that supernatural ability you have to know ahead of time that, okay, instead of me messaging random people on Facebook Messenger, how about I just go walk on the beach and just connect with somebody and see, boom, that person is the perfect soul client you have been looking for, without you trying to trick people, acting like they're best friends. How powerful would that be? The one perfect way I really tap into my supernatural ability is when I have a session with a client. And imagine, just picture, I don't know if you're a coach or whatever you do, if you work with clients to help them in any way, to support them in any way, this is going to be really powerful for you to use. If you are able to tap into that magic, that supernatural ability we all have. I'm not special, I'm not unique. You have that. You just need to use that consciously. During sessions, I usually connect with my supernatural ability to know things. And it helps me see things. Maybe sometimes my clients don't even remember about themselves, about stories that happened in their life and that are keeping them stuck today in business. They just notice that they are working really hard, they're trying, but for some reason, things are not really going the way they want to. They are not really getting the results they want to, and they don't quite understand why, because they have checked all the boxes. Session with me, and during our conversation, because I'm not just in my brain trying to listen and giving them all the strategies that I have learned that I'm using in my business and telling them this works really well. If you start going live every day on Facebook, if you start doing this, if you do that, I have done that for other clients. I'm using it myself, it works. Instead of me going from that space of throwing at them what I know and what I think should work, when I'm connecting with my supernatural ability to see things above the physical eyes, to know things above what my brain knows, it's powerful because I can guide them clearly to see the next aligned action that will get them the result faster. Instead of them following all the steps again, that will get them frustrated and stuck. We just connect to that supernatural knowing that knows exactly what is keeping them stuck. What story or what limiting belief is keeping them where they are? Unlock that for them to see now clearly what's the next move to make. How powerful is that? That's why usually the result my clients get is in one session. It's really mind-blowing, because it's not only me being a great coach with all the knowledge I have or using all the things I have learned. It's just me tapping into the supernatural ability I have to see above what physical eyes can see, to know above all my brain can know. And we all have access to that supernatural power. We are all human and divine at the same time. How about we connect both? How about we align both, so that we don't have to figure things out on our own anymore, but we actually tap into that magical part of ourselves to get the answers, to know the next step, without struggling, without trying that hard, without getting frustrated along the way, without getting burnt out, and just use that, because that's why we are supernatural. That's what we are. That's why we know things. Sometimes it doesn't make sense how we know it, we just know it. But are we using it? Are we actually consciously using that? Or are we just still witnessing? Oh, I thought about it. Oh, I felt it. Oh, it's like I knew it. Something told me that, but I didn't. How about instead of you just being a witness of a magic happening within you, a supernatural ability you have, how about you tapping into it and using it to become more powerful, to get more results faster without trying that hard? That's what I wanted to share with you today. And I want you, after watching this video, really think about it and just look and just think about it. Maybe when I'm talking about you having supernatural abilities, it might kind of be like, whoa, what is she talking about? But I want you to think about it and remember all the instances of in your life where you knew something before somebody told you, when you felt something and you couldn't explain what it was. That's the supernatural ability you have. Don't just witness it anymore, but tap into it. Practice listening, practice paying attention, and consciously tapping into that magic is you making a decision that before you do anything, you will always check with yourself. That's also kind of the alignment part of it. Always check with yourself and always come from a place of knowing that I know exactly how to get there. I know the answer because the divine part of me, the supernatural ability I have, knows exactly how to get there, what to do, or who to talk to, who to reach out to, which coach to hire, which program to join. I know. I'm not confused. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not lost. I'm not desperate. I know. That's a place of power. And from that place, put your intention out there. Okay, this week or this month, I don't know, I want one more client. What does that look like? How do I go about it? And pay attention, consciously stay into that space. It's easy to get into your brain and say, okay, I need to call more people, call people, go on people inboxes, do this and do that. Maybe all of that will be the steps to take. I don't know. But how about paying attention? Maybe when you put that intention out there in the morning, you will be led during the day to just go at the beach. And it will not make any sense to your brain. Your brain will be like, what do you mean? It's a Wednesday, for God's sake. How do you gonna go spend your day at the beach? How do you expect to get clients not working on your business? But maybe that supernatural part of yourself is telling you that's where your next client is. So be consciously connected to that part of yourself any given time, and always follow. And just let me know how magical that will be. How many miracles you will perform in a day. It will be really mind-blowing to yourself. And if you start using that with your clients, when you have a client session, maybe you're a coach, you have a client session, before getting on the phone or on a Zoom session with somebody, connecting to that magic, to that supernatural power you have, and not only relying on the knowledge you have acquired, the trainings you have gone through, having that in hand, but also tapping into your supernatural ability to see above that, to know above that, to know things nobody taught you before, to know things that maybe your client have forgotten. How powerful could you be as a coach if you could help people at that level? See things they maybe didn't see or forgot, see things that are keeping them stuck. How fast are they going to get results? Can you just think about it? So I really invite you to, maybe it's the first time you have seen yourself running your business that way, even thinking about supernatural power, even thinking, do I have supernatural powers? My answer is yes, and you know that. So just start that journey. If you are really curious, get curious about it. Maybe you are asking, what the heck is Christelle talking about? Is she asking me to become some kind of witch? No, you already, if that's witch, being a witch, maybe you already are a witch. We all are, because we all have that. It's just a matter of remembering that, connecting to that, and using that consciously, not just being witnesses of that magic happening, of that supernatural knowing power and wisdom, but using it, tapping into it to achieve everything you want, to create the results you want in your business, to create the relationship you want, to be the person you want to be. That's my invitation for you. Thank you so much for watching this show. If you have any question and any comment, feel free to post that on this page, or you can DM me, not to sell me something. You can DM me with comments or questions. And I really invite you to join my my YouTube channel. It's Crystal Biga Coaching. Go there, watch the videos if you like it, subscribe to support me. I would really appreciate to have you there, see all the things that I post there available for you to support you, to empower you in this powerful journey. We will meet here next Wednesday at the same time, and I will have a very special guest with me, so stay tuned. I'm really happy that you were able to watch this. If you are catching the replay, type #replay, type your name, let me know what you think. Thank you so much. See you next week. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.